I watch a new film every other day, follow along for recommendations and reviews. Today, I just finished watching The Return of Omotara Johnson, but my story starts from the weekend. So this weekend, I allotted it to watching the earlier Omotara Johnson movies. And when I tell you guys that when I do not know anything about Omotara Johnson, I just know that she's like a beloved character of people, and this is her return. All this time, I thought that she was like a woman of valor, like a woman that did good, like Fumilayo Ransom Kuti. Even the soundtrack, Oh Motara Johnson. I thought this is a good woman. Imagine my surprise watching the earlier films. And I was like, Motara Johnson, a witch. Motara Johnson, a wicked person. So, having watched the first four parts that are on Bukky Wright's YouTube channel, I now went into this film, and what a payoff this was. This was a cinema film. It has thrills, it has revelations, it has acting that is the place of experience can never, ever, you cannot put price on it. Because when I tell you that Bukky Wright is acting for her. When Bukky Wright is in her full OJ mood, oh no, Bukky Wright killed it. Nse Ikpe-Etim. She played Meg, and there's a scene with her and Arem, this character who Arem also killed it. And Meg, Nse, first of all, gorgeous, and then the acting. Talk about the greats. I don't know, RMD, Chidi Mokeme, Shafi Bello, like the place of experience. Like these people, like their own part of the story because it's like a younger cast as well. You know, there's Vanessa, there's Emily, there's Femi, there's all the younger people too. But the older people, when they're like acting and it's their storyline, especially, oh, I love. Let's talk about the locations. The wardrobe, no, like the DP killed it, the director killed it, every single department member in this killed it. The only thing I would say about this film is that I think you absolutely need to watch part one. I think you need to watch the first four parts that are on Bucky's page. And I would say maybe to the team, maybe you guys should do like a recap for people that maybe don't have the energy or time to watch like the whole first couple of parts. Maybe just do a recap so that they can go and watch Omotara Johnson this return. Because you do need to know the context. Like there's so much of the beginning of this part, especially that is really hinges on if you know who people are talking to. You know, you need to know Omotara Johnson's weight to understand why when something is happening, you're like, eh, they don't know that this is OJ. But if you don't know that, then it might not really carry as much weight to you. Even so much of the drama, and there's a lot of drama, but the drama in this film hinges so much on what happened in those earlier films. So I think you need to watch that first part. And if you've watched that first part now, and you've now watched this one, you know what I'm talking about. The payoff was so good. See, and let's talk about this film with those of us who have watched it. So go and check this film out. It is a good film. It is a cinema film. Lovely. And now, for those of us who have watched it, spoilers ahead in 3, 2, 1. Let us go. All right, now we're in the spoiler section. Please, if you're going to write a comment that has spoilers, just write spoiler alert before you write your comment so that we don't spoil so people that have not yet watched it. All right, let's start this thing. We will start off this discussion with where the drama really starts, which is when Raymond gets arrested. That part that Tunde's girls are released and then Omatara is now like, Tunde, why are you just why are they letting your own children go? Like, what about my son? And Tunde is like, your son probably did it. And Omatara is like, why would you ever say that? And Tunde is like, because you're who you are, will a snake give birth to a lizard? I was like, but Omatara, you know, the apple, we cannot be, we cannot trust that your son didn't do this. Even me at some point, I was like, did Raymond do it? Because see, mama now, please, that part that even Raymond's friends were telling him that, like, maybe your mother did this, and Raymond was like, my mother can never do this. I was like, your mama, you don't know OG. No, like, Omotara killed it. And also, can I say that in a toxic way, I'm like, Omotada and Tunde just get together. Because this one has story, don't say now for how many years. And the fact that they still even did stuff again, even after the drama of the first four parts, Yupuna still did stuff again. And Tunde is the father of Raymond. I was like, at this point, maybe Omotada and Tunde are actually end game. Because, yes, I'm not about the craze, but at this point, Tunde, yourself, you get your own. Make two and just get together. I beg. Then quickly, let's move on to Temi-san, because obviously that's where a lot of the drama then really starts from. Temi-san, Omotada, they ask you, you don't marry, you say you don't marry. Nah, see him. Please, when Omotada says, my trouble they sleep, your younger go wake him up, you never start. I said, this man don't even know. It was Temi-san that really woke the beast in OJ, because OJ was kind of chilling. OJ had not yet come out as herself until you go promise me love. See, and that part where OJ walks into his office and she now says, hi, my love. I say, OJ, don't come back. Her crazy don't start. That is the same thing where she now stabs him in the hand. I said, this girl, like, fatal attraction, Glenn Close never do reach you. Like, this is a girl you don't want to mess with. This is a woman that, if she's in love with you, sorry for you. Very much that. When she tells him, you think I'm one of those girls that you can just use and trash? You find sometimes you're fishing, you go into river. Sometimes you catch little fish, sometimes you catch big fish. You don't catch fish way big past you. Like OJ was giving lines. OJ was it man, and she showed this man Pepe. Timison never ready in the crease. Then let's talk about Meg. When Meg enters the picture, as I said, Nse killed it. And that part that Meg slaps Timison, and she's like, "Are you a child? If you're looking for your mother, I'm not her." I said, "Oh no, see, Nse killed it." And even when Meg was abducted, like the way Nse embodied this Meg, like even in her reactions to things, like when they are shooting at the car, which this film was just so cinematic, like it had too many moments. Oh my god! But when they were shooting at the car, the way Meg is holding her daughter, like you can still see the Meg in her, like she's kind of fearless even in this. Even when they're like taking her to the car, she's afraid, but she's also not cowering. She's like herself. She still is aware of who she is. Even when that, the kidnapper is not like removing her wig. Removing first of all, I was like, why are you just removing this women's wigs? It was cracking me up. But when he's removing their wigs, you can still see this fire in Meg's eye. Like Meg, who knew who she was, and she embodied, like Nse really embodied it. I loved it. And she did such a good job. At the end of the day, when the revelation is now happened as to who actually stabbed Cassie, I mean, I'll find out that it is Rolake. I was like, oh wow. Because honestly, I thought it was going to be Vanessa. And I was like, how are they going to play up that this is Vanessa? Like, how would that make sense? And that is just because in that scene, only two people leave the conversation that we see on screen, which is Vanessa goes to the car and then Raymond goes to see Cassie. So I'm like, it's either one of you. So when at the end, when I find out that it's not actually either of them, it was Rolake, I was like, oh, it's the kind of payoff that I would have normally annoyed me because there was no way for us to know until that girl said it, like at the end, Vanessa. But then at the same time, sorry, Emily. But then at the same time, when you now see who did it, it makes sense because their relationship was established prior to all of this. Like we saw the relationship between Rolake and Raymond. So it makes sense why that jealousy then happened and why she killed Cassie. Like it makes sense at the end. So that revelation, I didn't see it coming, but it made sense at the end. Overall, this film just really gave, like it really, really gave. Like Bukky Wright, she gave. OJ, she gave. What a return! Like I enjoyed this thoroughly. If you've watched this film, I'm very curious to know what you think about it. So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you've watched this whole video and you have no idea who I am, my name is VDK. I'm the curator of the VDK Film Club, where every other day we watch something new and we just about it like we've done today. Follow along. All right. Until the next film that I watch and the next video that I make, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.